Alrighty, if you're new, welcome. If you've been here before, you guys know it's me, Remy, and today we have a ban list. I'm back from this insane power outage that's been freaking plaguing the Midwest right now. Not power out, but we had a windstorm, 50-mile-an-hour winds. Power's been out. My power's been on probably about 5 hours now, so I figured I'd drop this video. Plus give you guys an update or whatever. And the OCG ban list, as we know, basically pretty much affects the Master Duel. So I figured I'd talk about it. So without further ado, let's check it out. First card on the list, Sprite Elf. I'm never really a fan of a card being completely banned. Especially if it went from 3 to 0. That just shows you that they are using Master Duel's metrics for the ban list. They have to. It's no way around it. Normally because if you know previously the OCG would kind of play around, well, limited to 1, limited to this, blah blah blah, whatever. And this basically proves that point. We got Assault Synchron basically wreaking havoc with the whole chaos cards and all that stuff. They can make Baron de Fleur, another rank 8, the Desparta Bestial card, and then they're making like a negate on top of that. Just with those 2 cards. They're reborning like Chaos Rule like 3 times. It's insane. But yeah, that's a thing. So yeah, this being hit, I'm fine with it. Nothing really much else to say about it other than that standpoint. Moving forward, we got the glow up bulb. With the whole milling going on right now, I'm interested to see how players are gonna adapt to this. But this is a solid card. If we get this to 1 in Master Duel, which I think it's at 1 already. I'm not really sure, but this card is pretty busted. As we already know, we've already had the Chaos Ruler. They need to really solve the dragons, honestly. Tempest needs to be at 1, and then the Rock Homie needs to be at 1. I mean, why not? What can it really harm? If anything, we'd figure it out. You know what I mean? Plus, this would work pretty well. If they did unlock all of them, this would work really well with that new archetype coming out, Vanquish Souls, which has like dark earth and fire, I believe. So if they unlock all 3 of those around that time, I'm guaranteed these are going to be played in that deck, and it's going to be pretty insane. The Shizu cards, like I mentioned in my previous video before, they need to be at 1. They need to be at 1. I was playing on not DB Grinder. I was playing on a sim against let some guy. It was like unlimited rules, so I was playing like full power tier or whatever, and literally by turn 4, I believe he went first. By turn 4, he had 3 cards in his grave in his extra deck, and he was just basically just using the effects to add more cards to his deck to keep him going. Luckily I won it because I was trying out the bestial stuff or whatever. But yeah, it's super irritating. I was using the chaos. I can, if you guys want to see that stuff, I can show it. If you're interested in me trying out actually it's a whole new ban list now with the whole Lubellion being put to 1. God, honestly, I hope they don't do this for Master Duel. It'd be unfortunate, but I understand why. Like I said, this is basically a reset. They're basically saying everything we had released last year broke the game. I can understand why these cards are limited, because let's be honest, Bestial cards literally destroy any archetype in this game that uses light and dark. Period. Light and dark. If there's a format where moving forward, really in any format, if there is a light or dark deck you're going against with the bestial cards, they're not gonna have a good time. Especially if you have all 4 of them in your hand. Well, really 5. You have all 5 of them. Well, we have 4 because Lubellion doesn't really do the effect. But if you have all 4 in your hand at some point, and they're trying to make plays with their graveyard, and like how the game is played now, you're losing that game every time. You'll get out resourced. On top of that, like the whole bestial strategy, a pure bestial strategy deck, which isn't going to be a thing anymore. They're basically beat sticks. They're like, it's like playing old school Yu-Gi-Oh, where you can just summon out big monsters and under skill drain and still go big. Like you can shut down a lot of decks with the bestial cards. So I understand that. Blue being limited, again, It's okay. It's solid. I'm fine. And then obviously the tier cards are limited. So what does this mean for Master Duel? Again, like I've been saying, I feel like they just put them to 1. The deck's dead. The deck is dead, officially dead. How hopefully they keep this true for now. Honestly, if they do keep this for Master Duel, that would be kind of a bummer because it's like we never even got an opportunity to really play it. You know what I mean? A lot of people, because I know some people just only play Master Duel, which is fine, and but you'll never have an opportunity to play it or play against it. So yeah, we'll see. The Bestials already really spoke about them. These do bestial stuff and it shuts down any deck. So I'm not happy about these, honestly. I'm not. Hopefully Master Duel at least give us some at 2. Give us some at 2, and once we break them, then you could drop them to 1. You know what I mean? Cause yeah, it's unfair. Skill drain to 1. Get rid of the floodgates. Now the best of 3, that's a little bit differently, but in best of 1, floodgates need to go. If you guys have seen any news about the number 1 player right now in the event right now, what is he playing? Stun runic deck. I mean, what do you think that deck? You thought the deck wasn't gonna win? You basically stall your opponent out. It's basically it's a mental game. Master Duel is just a mental game. You basically try to tick your opponent off long enough to the point where they just surrender, and that's what runic does pretty well at. And then you could find another game that's more healthier, So I get it. Adding this to 2, this is probably gonna do some stuff. I haven't really played around with it. I think it's kind of whatever. Gazelle, again, like I said, Gazelle. They're bringing back Gazelle. They're bringing back Tolermite. They're bringing back Thunder Dragons. They're bringing back Nadir Servant. They're basically saying we screwed up. We're gonna give you all these old cards, all these old decks you guys used to play. We're going to give them back to you because they're not so bad after all. We want you guys to play other things. Stop trying to break the meta, play other things. So that's this moving forward, at least to the next OCG ban list. It's going to be a complete experimental. Someone's going to figure out the meta, obviously. Despia is still Despia. Actually, I think Brandit's at 1 in the OCG. So that'll be interesting. But we have Nadir Servant now. So that's, you can pitch any kind of dragon or extra deck monster if you don't have anything and go. So that's cool. And then the Unlimiteds, they're bringing Toad, but you can bring Toad out because this is banned. So it's a trade-off. The Toads aren't really that busted like they used to be. Eldritch, again, they're using this format to like, look, we want you guys to play. We want to see a rainbow of decks. We don't want to just see the 3-4 decks, whatever. Obviously, one's going to stand out most of all. It might be Sky Strikers, you know what I mean? Because they're bringing her back up to unlimited status, which is fine. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. I hope this video isn't too long. Hopefully, like I said, I hope my biggest thing, honestly, I want to be able to at least play the bestial cards at 3. I mean, at 2. Come on, like, you guys can't give us that 2. I understand that it shuts down a lot of decks. The most popular cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Are Dark Monsters. So obviously these cards are going to be pretty sick. And then the fact that you can just kind of reshuffle them over and over again with multiple versions or whatever. Even with bad play, you can still kind of shuffle them over and over. I get it. But yeah, without further ado, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. More content on the way. And I am going to go back to my family who's at my mom's house right now trying to stay warm. I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.